Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky15, where I'll be giving you my EachWay Lucky15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action as usual here on the channel. Well, it was another frustrating day again, no winners today unfortunately. Our horses that we did select, however, did run not too badly. We had Queen of Kalahari, which placed for us. We managed to get that at 5-1 on the earlier prices, but there was a significant non-runner, and in the end, it went off favourite and it finished in second place in the end, so slightly disappointing there. But away from that, it was just missing out really on the places. Willie the Conqueror and Waves at Leicester both finished in 4th place in the end. And then our nap and was also our long shot for the day, Rosie Alice in the 355 at Roscommon, gave a bit of a bold performance, it must be said, was in touch, and then it did fall at the last, but it probably wasn't going to win the race when it fell at the last. It wasn't well beaten by no stretch, but it was kind of, you could see, getting a little bit tired and probably would have finished probably 5 or 6 lengths behind the winner in the end. So it wasn't the worst selection we've ever made there. Maybe take note for when that horse runs in future if it's running at not a bad price. So all in all, it wasn't a great day today. On the load a lot, a few horses we upload on our Twitter feed where I just give you a few selections that I think might run well from the outsider perspective of an EachWay Lucky15 if you just wanted to maybe lay them down as a single or a double. It wasn't too bad. We had a couple of places there, so all in all, it wasn't the worst day we've ever had, but it certainly wasn't the best. But hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow. And for our horses that we've selected for tomorrow's horse racing, we're going pretty much one runner on every card tomorrow. We're going to start tomorrow in the 315 at Beverley with a horse called the Stalking Moon, currently 7-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and this actually is our long shot for tomorrow. It's trained by John Quinn, and Daniel Tudhope will take the ride tomorrow. He's been riding quite well this season, and if you look at the jockeys table for the most wins on the flat this season, Daniel Tudhope is amongst about the top 5, I think, or he's top 5 or 6. So he's had another good solid year this year. I thought this horse had very good claims in this race, considering it's made the frame quite a lot this year. It's placed a lot, and it has also managed to get its head in front as well, winning a few starts ago at Musselburgh on soft ground, and the ground at Beverley tomorrow is described as soft, so if it's still the same going, I thought this horse at 7-1 definitely had a good chance of an EachWay claim there. So that's going to be my first selection for us tomorrow. We then go to Warwick, the only jumps card on the fixture in England tomorrow, and I thought in the 330, a horse that we have done before and has won for us before as a nap, and this is going to be our nap again tomorrow. It's called Sonneofpresenting. It's currently 4-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and I thought that was quite a good price for this horse at the moment. It's trained by Kim Bailey, and David Bass will take the ride tomorrow. He's his main jockey for Kim Bailey, David Bass is, so that's a good appointment there. But this horse has been running very well of late. It's won its last 4 races out of its last 5 starts, so it arrives here in very good form, tends to front run as well, and always is ridden quite prominently. The only question mark you might have about this horse is that it is going up in trip tomorrow, but I don't think that was too much of an issue. Also as well, it's owned by Paul and Claire Rooney, who I really like and really rate as good horse racing owners. They've got a good fleet of horses at their disposal, and I think Sonneofpresenting is a good improver and could maybe go on to bigger things when the bigger place pots for all the money comes in later on in the year when we really get into the jump racing. So I thought it could be an interesting contender tomorrow, and was definitely one of the likeliest winners, and I thought 4-1, that wasn't a bad price there. So that's going to be our second selection for tomorrow. Our third selection tomorrow sees us go to the 415 at Lingfield with a horse called Pretty Passe. It's currently 4-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by William Haggis, who's a good trainer, a trainer I always look for when he has a runner. And this horse tomorrow is going to be taken up by Martin Harley for the ride. This horse is running in a maiden race tomorrow, and even though it hasn't obviously got its head in front yet, I thought it had very good claims, considering it's been running okay in maidens, and some of those maidens actually have turned out not to be too bad. I think its last one where it finished, it might have been second, has actually thrown out a few winners, so I thought it brought one of the best pieces of form in here. Currently rated 75 at the moment, and I think this horse can take another step tomorrow and improve. And I thought 4-1 definitely held the value in the race. So that's going to be our third selection there. Our last selection then sees us go to the 740 with another familiar horse that we have done before, called Harba, trained actually by the same trainer, William Haggis, but Oisin Murphy will take the ride on this one tomorrow. Currently 5-2 bookmakers at the moment. Hasn't really completed a run on the all-weather. I believe it's only run once, or attempted to run once, and that was at Wolverhampton when it actually unseated the rider. But apart from that, on the turf, it's had a very good, solid campaign this year. I think you can forgive it last time out at Lingfield for the ground being a bit softer to what it was used to. It was described as good to soft at Lingfield that day. But before that, it had been running some very good performances, Harba. Also, as well, it's got the connections as well for a good filly. It's by Frankel, so that will stand it in good stead tomorrow with its sexy pedigree. But I thought this horse, Harba, tomorrow could definitely bounce back, considering it hasn't really had a good crack yet at the all-weather, and I thought that could maybe bring out the best of it with no ground concerns there. So I thought 5-2 wasn't a bad price for that favourite in that race tomorrow. So that's going to be our full house of EachWay Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse race in action. Don't forget to check out tomorrow as well. We will be uploading a few horses on something we've named the Load a Lot, just a few horses, like I said, that we give out on our Twitter feed. And please do check us out on Twitter at Lucky15. Also as well, please subscribe to our channel here at Lucky15 if you haven't done so already. Also as well, please gamble responsibly. I don't want you losing too much money from my selections. So that's all I've got to say for tomorrow's horse race in action. Hopefully we'll have a good day tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.